So by now, you should probably be familiar with the electric skateboard company Huger Tech. I've given you guys a look at two of their boards, the Classic and the Travel. Huger has 3 boards to choose from, and I've already tested 2, so you know what that means. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you read the title of this video, you know that it's not a review for the racer board, but maybe in the future? Huger sent me their updated Classic and Travel board, and today I'm going to show you guys everything that's been updated. First, let's start with the Classic. The first Classic board that Huger sent was pretty much close to the final production. The board felt great and it felt like a finished product. Huger probably could have left this one alone and just ship it as it is, but they didn't. The first major upgrade is under the hood. The electronics and software of the board received an overhaul. For starters, remote to board connection has improved. If your remote disconnects from the board due to interference, it will automatically reconnect in seconds. A new addition to the software is the ability for the board to alert you when the remote has been disconnected. If your remote ever disconnects from your board, the motors will disengage and it will alert you with a constant beep. This is a huge improvement for rider safety because knowing that your remote is disconnected can save you from a nasty fall. The last upgrade has to do with the hub motors. With the first Classic board, the wiring from the hub wheel to the battery was fixed. With the updated Classic board, you now have a quick disconnect cable for the motor. This feature is great for maintenance because if you wanted to remove the motors and the trucks, you can do so without removing the battery compartment. I can also see Huger selling replacement motors so that if anything went wrong, you can just fix it yourself. I think that the Classic board is perfect for everyone, especially on a college campus. Weighing in at only 8.6 pounds, it's easy to carry around with you wherever you go, but also fast enough to get you to class on time. If you want to learn more about Huger's Classic board, the link to my video will be down in the description. Now in my video for Huger's Travel board, I praised it for its amazing specs and overall quality, but I also said that things could be improved, specifically the wheelbase and brakes. I told you that Huger was planning to make these changes, and they definitely delivered. Like the Classic board, the Travel received upgrades to the electronics and software of the board. It also has a quick disconnect feature in both of its hub wheels. The most significant updates have to do with the wheelbase and the braking system. The first Travel board that Huger sent had a narrow wheelbase. It was pretty close to the Classic board. A smaller wheelbase means a less stable ride, especially at higher speeds. I personally got used to it, but as soon as I rode the updated Travel board, I definitely felt the difference. It definitely was a smoother ride and I felt a lot safer when moving at higher speeds. I think the wider wheelbase also helps with the aesthetics of the board. The huge gap from the front of the board to the front wheels looked unorthodox, and when most people tried the board, they thought that the front was the back. I know aesthetics aren't as important as performance, but now you can say that Huger's Travel board has both. The second major improvement has to do with the brakes on the board. With the original Travel board, the brakes were hard. If you weren't ready for them, you would fly off. The brakes on the updated Travel board are perfect. They're a lot smoother and they bring you to a gradual and solid stop. Here's what the performance of the brakes are like on the original Travel board. And here's the brakes on the updated board. It's a huge improvement from the first board and I feel a lot more confident with its braking ability. The last update has to do with this new accessory. Huger offers quick swap batteries for those of you who may need the extra juice. Before, the only way to charge the extra battery was to install it and charge it through the board, which isn't very practical. With this new accessory, it makes charging simple. All you need to do is plug in your existing charger into the adapter, and then plug in the battery connector, and you're now charging. This was awesome for Huger to add for those of you who purchase an extra battery, and also for those of you who plan to do so in the future. Now, all of these upgrades come at a price. The original shipping date of the boards was late October, but now they've been delayed to late November/early December. I know that this is a bummer for those of you who have been eagerly waiting since Huger first launched their Indiegogo, but I promise you it will be worth the wait. If you play video games, you know that games get delayed all the time. It's usually because the developers need more time than they anticipated. They'd rather suck up their pride and take up the extra time to fine-tune their game and make sure there's no hiccups than to rush to meet a date and release a game that has a whole mess of problems. It's the same thing with Huger. They swallowed their pride and said that they needed the extra time. And judging the changes they made, they definitely used that time wisely. I mean, just look at the Travel board. They widened the wheelbase of the board, but they didn't just move the trucks further apart. If you take a closer look, you'll see that they actually redesigned the deck to accommodate for the wider wheelbase. Huger is going above and beyond to make a board that's as perfect as possible, and I think that's worth the wait. Now that's the end of the video guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you guys like this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, and if you want more content like this, you can subscribe right over here. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you can be alerted when I post new videos. Now see you guys in the next video, and have a good one.